The American detective writer.
Detective writer, yes, Eddie McBain, jolly good. Tony?
I'm going to go for a Sunday colour supplement gadget catalogue.
Right, so I think yes. Yes. I never miss reading them. Never do read them, but I never miss it. John?
Virginia Woolf.
Virginia Woolf, all right. Raising the tone immediately. So can we have a title, please, for a story to be told by those four authors?
A shopping trip.
A shopping trip. Okay, with a bit more plot in it, could somebody else add in a bit of plot? A shopping trip to buy something interesting?
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick, all right. Moby Dick, yes. My grandfather caught Moby Dick, but I can cure that now. Now, so it's a shopping trip to buy Moby Dick. Where you go, Ryan?
Diane was going out the evening for dinner, and she had decided on a black, low-cut, strapless silk model. But she didn't have the right peg to go with it. She decided to hop in a cab and head down to her local store, where she found a wide assortment of pegs. Black, white, silk, burlap, any sort of peg you want, she found. Who should walk up but the salesman, Roy. Roy was a strapping young man with a matching tie and silk combination, floral pattern, which made him look like the hunky man that he was.
But he wasn't just any ordinary man. No, he was in fact Detective Hackenbush on secret mission. Yes, a private Dick. There he was, moping around the store. She looked at him, she thought, boy, that's one Moby Dick. I think I like him. Never mind about this party. Let me sidle up to him.
So, whatever your reasons for sidling up, be they business or pleasure, you can be sure of having a fab time with something which is practical and comfortable as well. Because the Moby Dick harpoon cum tease maid with optional snooze button comes in 3 colours: buff, slate and midnight blue, and...
She had felt, Mrs. Dalloway, a strange rebuke, both from the mustard cruet and from the dried flowers she had left on the windowsill. Was it perhaps some odd, attenuated memory of Richard coming back as he might have done from the war? Maybe Fred? Maybe Dick?
Mrs. Galloway was given a survey to list the 3 things she most looked for in a man. Number 1 was a good sense of humor. Number 2, a money account. And number 3, of course, a large penis.
It was one of the largest that had ever been seen in the precinct, as a matter of fact. The detective took it home with him. At East and 40th, he turned left. At 40th and East, he turned right. He walked on ruthlessly. What the hell had happened to Ruth? This wasn't going...
And, of course, a penis that not only mows the lawn and changes the baby...
She had felt... She had felt, Mrs. Ramsay, on the way to the lighthouse, that there was perhaps in Mr. Ramsay a notion, a hint, a mere fractured crystalline moment of thought that could indeed be more than simply a fish or a gannet. Was it as old Peter the gardener had said, so rough-hewn and simple as he was, chiseled with a body of old memory? Was it the fact that he was indeed a whale? She hoped so.
Thank you very much. Excellent office start. Well, that'll be marked on grounds of taste, and 1.5 points to everybody on that one. So now we have a game called Tag. This is going to feature, first of all, Ryan and John. So if you'd like to step forward, Ryan and John. And what we're going to get them to do is to adopt a couple of positions, and from those positions they'll have to improvise a scene. The other two will join the scene and change it to another one by shouting freeze, touching one of the others who'll depart. Sounds simple, doesn't it? So first of all, can you just think of a physical position you'd like to put John Sessions in? Something attainable by him on his own.
On his head.
On his head. Oh, come on, be fair. He's got to actually... A yoga position. So get into a sort of yoga position, John. Can you sort of get on the floor there? And Ryan, how would you like him?
I'm a soup trap.
Sounded good, but I didn't hear what you said. So, on a soup trap, you seem to say.
On a soup trap.
You trap soup, do you?
On all fours.
On all fours, all right, that's fine. So on all fours, so off to a good physical start. So from that position, they have to think of a situation to improvise in, and away you go.
Oh,
I'm sorry, John. I ruined the whole party.
No, it's fine. It's terrific what you did.
Whoa.
What came out of you there? It wasn't your lunch. It wasn't your dinner. What came out of you was your pain.
I know. It's just I've been so lonely with...
Please, God, when I wake up, could there be a very tall, nice man there? Oh, hello.
Hello. I was sent by a genie.
Were you? That's a bit of luck. Would you like to come and see some of my nice toys?
No, actually, I'm supposed to have sex with you, from what I've heard. So might as well get right to it.
Oh, right. Okay, I'll lower the sides of the cot.
I was saving you from yourself, my son. Now, what is all this backing into confession? Now, look, why can't you come in forwards like everybody else?
Freeze.
Mother.
Do you think we're stiffer at dancing than the other couple?
No.
Well, you're certainly not stiffer than any of the fellas, that's for sure. I mean that in an artistic sense.
Not what you said last night with the...
Okay, now I'm going to let go. We both free fall for about 5,000 feet.
Okay.
And then we both accord. Ready?
I can't do it! I can't do it! No, I can't. Good, I can't. Good.
You got to free fall and let go, man. Let go. You got to do it and go.
Okay, let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you for that interesting round of tags. Yeah. And with 22 points there, we now play a game called Expert. This is going to feature Tony interviewing Ryan as an expert. So I'd like to come forward and get your stools. Has to be done on stools, this game, obviously. Now, Ryan is going to be an expert on something. Can you think of a nice, obscure sort of subject that he might be expert on?
Metamorphosis of the frog.
Yes, all right. So I think frogs generally, I think, would do it. So you're an expert on that, and Tony's going to interview you. Where you go.
Hello, well, tonight we're lucky enough to have with us Dr. Patricia White. She's a sexy little thing, I think you'll agree. You're an expert on the metamorphosis of the frog, but you're also a very unsuccessful transsexual. How do you combine the two?
Well, as you know, the metamorphosis of a frog, as you know, the tadpole stage, but the little-known Vegas showgirl stage, which comes just before the tadpole stage that not many people know
Indeed, and there is, in connection with that, a dance called the Mexican tadpole dance. Would you like to do it?
Yes, I would, and please join me. As you know, it takes two.
All right.
Let's join fingers.
Yes.
Fingers. And that's pretty well all there is
Yes,
to it.
that's very interesting.
It finds that the sexual desires of the frogs are heightened when this dance is performed in early hours of the evening.
Yes. Tell us about your marriage to Henry Kissinger.
Not much publicized at the point. I found him a bit too old for me. I guess that's why it didn't work out between the two of us, but I understand you're now dating him.
That's right. And he told me when we were... Never mind about that. But he told me that you do a very good impression of a frog giving birth to spawn. Perhaps you could do that for us now.
All right.
Yeah, I'll hold you back. If you just let yourself fall back, then we can...
All righty.
There we are. Push.
Yes.
I think we need them there.
You're right. Thank you.
Well, it's a long time since I've seen an impersonation of frog spawning on television, but so that's worth at least a point, I'd have thought. So yes, let's have a round of interviews with John and Sandy. Now, Sandy's going to interview John, but John's going to be playing a character from the history, from mythology, something like that. Can you suggest some character like that?
Zeus. Bill Shankly.
Zeus is good. We can't get something as big as Bill Shankly. Let's go for Zeus. And Sandy, can you interview him in the style of Desert Island Discs? So there you are. Away you go.
So, Zeus, what a thrill to have you here in the radio studio. Now, I believe you've picked rather a special first record.
That's correct. I've picked picked yesterday, played by the Royal Scots Guards, which is a
And
great
what does it
favourite.
mean to you? What does it stir in your deep mind?
Well, I think maybe because I'm an early sort of civilization deity, it reminds me of the fact that my father, Kronos, time, ate me and my sister and then spewed us out into the universe. And it's funny when you hear those bagpipes, it takes you right back there.
But I mean, surely, and I know it's a very delicate matter, but that kind of abuse as a child must have affected you.
Well, Sue, you're really quite a clever old Thatcherite matron, but apart from that, I have to say this, that anything that happens in your childhood can do extraordinary things. Like, when I was 3 years old, I could just go, vimph, and ships would just get blown up in the sea. And that affects you when you've got that sort of power.
Yeah.
But I managed to diminish it by listening to the records of Rod McEwen and the Alexander brothers. And all after a while, you know, I just didn't have that terrible desire to destroy parts of the universe. You know.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was putting on some more lip gloss.
That's
I'm so
right.
sorry. I do
You're a
beg your
funny girl,
pardon.
Sue. You crack me up.
Now, some people would say to you, gosh, what a god among men. What do you say to them?
I'd say they were a bit punchy, but if they were to say it in a low-key voice, I'd say, well, you know, we were strange as well. You know, you're sitting up there in the clouds, you don't know when a 747's going to come across the tea table. You know, it can be difficult.
And what are you going to take with you finally, Zeus, if I may call you that?
Well, one luxury.
Yes, one little luxury.
I'll take a picture of you, Sue, that I can kick.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's have the stills back. Thank you. All right. Well, that would be a million points each, but there's a penalty for being rude to Sue Lawley. As I'm still trying to get on Deserlandis myself. Now, then we come to a game called World's Worst. This features all 4 contestants, so if you'd like to come forward on the World's Worst step, and they have to step forward when they come up with examples of the world's worst person to lead an army into battle. So just as you think of them, when we've got the idea, I'll buzz and we'll go on to the next one, as many as we can do in a very limited amount of time we've got this week. So away you go.
Okay, it's that way.
Look out, it's the enemy! Ah!
It's really amazing when you cross the field, right? There's all these little field mice and everything, you know. Be careful. You know.
All right, we're going to be going in about 5 minutes. You guys look great.
Okay, men, now just watch out for mines. I know this...
Okay, before we go live, I thought we'd all have a quick curry.
Who did I give the bullets to?
Now, you see, when you go into battle, the important thing you're going to battle is keep alert. Keep alert. And the thing to do is not to chatter on and to lose your concentration. That's a very funny thing happened in the garden last week. No.
It is not as bad as I say. There are more of them, but we've got the gun.
Now, rumour has it that I can't lead my men into battle. Well, that's not true.
Remember, just the Germans, no frogs.
There you go. There you go. The army crossing the field now. There.
Let's end on that. Thank you very much. While I work out the points for that game, we'll take a break while I have some advertisements played to you. See you after that. Bye. Well, welcome back. And the points will be double points all round for that last game. Now we come to a game called Props. They divide into pairings for this. The first pairing being John and Sandy. So if you'd like to take this item, and you've got to come up with as many different ways of using that as possible. At the same time, we have another item here for Ryan and Tony, and you've got to come up with different ways of using that, and see how we go. So starting with you, John and Sandy, go.
Come through the gate. Come through the gate to my house, will you please? That's the first sentence, and teach yourself English. Okay.
It is a cheap episode of Doctor Who, and I'm one of the flipper people.
Perhaps I won't need it, darling. You're not as tall as I thought.
No.
You spare some change?
Hello, everybody.
What is the name of this ship? It was called the Titanic.
Stingray! Stingray!
Shall we look at John through the square window? There's John. Can you see him?
No, I'm out here now.
And now, the smallest person in the world diving competition.
Hello. Something interesting, if you're a real bore, is this 14th century piece of equipment for clipping the hedges. Don't clip some hedges.
And now the ancient Cornish spectacle of schlubbity dancing.
Thank you very much. That's in there. Thank you for those props. Right. There it is. Yes. Yes, a lot of points there, with double points for Tony. Now we go on to a game called Party Quirks. This is going to feature Sandy Toksvig as the host of a party. The other contestants are going to be the guests of the party, but each of the guests has been allocated a strange quirk or way of behaving. They look at the envelope. Each of them got an envelope in front of him, and they'll see that quirk. Sandy's got to guess what those weird pieces of behaviour are, just from the way it's being improvised. So, Sandy, if you'd like to come down ready to improvise the party, I'll bring the others in at the sound of a doorbell. And the others coming in, I think, in the order of Tony first, then Ryan, then John. Has the party started, or are you just you're warming up?
Yes, I'm just checking my makeup.
Yep.
Little tiara, black silk number, high heels. Oh, I hope Donald doesn't mind I've taken his clothes out of the wardrobe. I just love a come-as-you-are party. Hello!
Get down!
What?
Get down, searchlight! Shh. I bought some earth in.
Oh, I'm so pleased. Is it going to be one of those ethnic parties? Oh, that's lovely. Would you like a drink?
I'll just bury the earth first.
You
Okay.
can have it in a tin cup if you'll feel happier.
Thank you very much. Lovely. And I've left the wooden horse outside.
Excuse me, just one moment. Hello, come in. Oh, my goodness.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well.
So happy to be here. Hey, who brought the turds?
I'm awfully sorry. Do you mind?
Ah, these Yankees are such fun, but I'm bloody glad they're on our side.
There's obviously no flies on you, eh?
Is that a guess?
on you.
Fly?
No,
Yes,
flies on
very
you.
good
Yes,
for Ryan.
that's
Yes, well, gotta get your guesses nice and clear.
Sandy,
Yes, look.
you stay there. I'm just going to put on a clean cricket jumper and then we can get down to work.
Don't put a green cricket jumper on because I've got to answer the door. Why don't you just tunnel your way out of here?
All right.
Well, I think you've got a guess there. You're just... I think you've been guessed, Tony.
Oh, good.
I've heard hysterical women say they're tired of the palette and the fiddle bow.
Yeah, but they're all gits, aren't they? Would you like a drink?
Is it in a goblet sweet of wine and hope? Or is it a cup of fruition? The beat's wrong. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I don't think you're on my list, as a matter of fact. Are you the new people from number 4?
I move about. I go into the spaces between people and find poetry.
Oh, that's right, you are a git.
So I've got a last guess on
I'm
this.
just sensitive. Sensitive to the flowers, the little tulips here, the little yellow daisies. And it's very...
You're allowed to work poet.
Yes, that'll do.
Yeah,
Very
no.
good. Yes, a work poet, potential student poet. That'll do. And that's 7 points, I think, there to everybody. Now we come to a game called Remote Control. This features all 4 contestants playing each of them a different television programme. So you'd like to come down. The idea of this, I'll be flipping between channels and seeing the different programmes, but bizarrely discovering that each programme is dealing with the same general sort of topic. So can we think of as a nice general topic that they might all be dealing with?
Sheep shearing. Medicine.
Sheep shearing. Yes, sheep shearing I think will just about do. It's going to be a difficult one for you though, I think. But Ryan, can you be doing a sort of Jacques Cousteau type programme? Sandy, Body Matters. Tony, Jim Will Fix It, and John, The Sky at Night. So all those programs are dealing with sheep shearing. Starting with you, please, Sandy.
Hello. Does your body matter? Mine doesn't, as you can see. But I brought into the studio today a sheep who's about to be sheared. So a sheared sheep, their body's going to matter to them, because that's all that's going to be left. We're going to need...
Tony.
Well, as it happens, this sheep wrote in and said he wanted to change places for one day with the Duchess of York. And we did it, and no one noticed any difference.
Ryan.
And while the rest of the crew is in the water chasing the elusive ship shark, I shall be on deck mixing martinis for myself.
John.
Now, there's lots of theories that sheep might be on the planet Uranus. Unfortunately, it's not true at the moment. Now, if you are going to see sheep at any planet at all, it's going to be Mars. Not this summer, not next summer, but perhaps 50 years before, or from now. I'm going backwards and wearing a new suit.
Tony.
And we had a tragic letter, and this sheep was born with anthrax, and he wrote in to say, could he come on the show, and could we put him down? So that's what I'm going to do.
Ryan.
The unpredictable sheep shark suddenly turned on the crew. In a vicious attack, he began ripping legs, arms, noses, and ears. I was flabbergasted and began to start the engines for my quick getaway.
John.
Now, sheep aren't often in the studio. Usually I speak to somebody from Mount Palomar or even Mount Rushmore. This week I do have merino sheep. Hello, Bill. Now, I understand that when you first went to the asteroids, you didn't see any other sheep there. Yes. Now,
Sandy.
We've got Joan Collins here, yes? It's a bit of example of mutton dressed up as lamb. Now...
Tony.
And the other thing, of course, Mavis, the little sheep, wanted to do was make love with a clapped-out DJ. So we're going to do that.
John.
Now, some people like to count sheep at night to help them get to sleep. What I do is I climb up into the sky and put on a stick, because I'm so mentally mad and everything in this very, very large, ill-fitting suit, and I sing Gilbert and Sullivan early in the morning. Then I put on a large stick, and planes and asteroids bang into my head all night long, which concuss me to sleep. Good night.
Okay, that's in there. Thank you very much. Thank you. That, I see, is the very last game, and totaling out the points, I see that Tony Slattery is this week's winner. So well done, Tony. And the prize for winning, as usual, is to do the credits in a style of my choosing, and I'd like you to do it in the style of David Attenborough, please, Tony. So just remains for me to thank Ryan Stiles, Sandy Toksvig, Tony Slattery, John Sessions. It's me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
I'm standing in the middle of the Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Big print for the older reader.
I think I understand that. Sandy?
Joy Francis.
Oh, right, sort of school story, is that?
Yes, what Biddy got up to at Greystone.
Yes. Well, interesting. And John?
The monologues of Alan Bennett.
Alan Bennett. Jolly good, like Alan Bennett. Now, what we'd like is, from somebody in the audience, a title for the story, something nice and exotic and interesting. More interesting than Complete Silence, for example.
Flash Gordon and the Icemen.
Flash Gordon and the Icemen. And somebody shouted Shangri-La.
Shogun of Shangri-La.
Oh, I wish you hadn't done that. let's who is it going to the Iceman?
Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon. Let's have Flash Gordon going to Shangri-La. Let's combine those two suggestions. Almost impossible to say. Where you go, Mike?
In Shangri-La, the Hiffledumps were jumping up and down. They knew that Uncle Flash Gordon was coming soon to town. They donned their heads with a la mode and pasted their buttocks blue, and leapt and cavorted and jumped up and down because of you-know-who. Black Jake, having jumped up and down, surveyed the jungles of Shangri-La and thought, what a bloody stupid place to bring a sled and some huskies. Mush, he shouted. It may be mush to you, shouted one of the huskies, but a lot of people appreciate this sort of sentimental rubbish.
When they'd finished eating their mush, Daffers and Georgina went up to the dorm. There they had a perfect view over to the boys' school, and they could see Gordon. What was he up to? Well, no wonder everybody called him Flash Gordon.
I was just reaching over for the evap when my mother turned to me. She said, "You mustn't wear flashes on your socks, Gordon. It's common. It's what gypsy children do." I said, "How do you know about gypsy children? You've never met any." She said, "I read about them in the papers." I said, "We don't get the papers." I said, "Well, we will."
The papers came, the papers went, and so did Mighty Flash. The Hooskaloos and Waffalumps, hell cashed in on cash. They knew the fun was beginning. It was sure to be a cinch. For that day in the Huffalum Square, they were buggering the mighty Grinch. like Jake strapped the Huffalump to his sled, and his shed. And sweeping the Eskimo girl up into his arms.
The games mistress had spent altogether too long in the shed, and everyone was wondering what she was doing in there. Come on out, the lashings of Ginger Bear, they said. Oh, never mind the Ginger Bear, she said. Let's just have the lashings.
She said, have you seen to the dahlias? I said, what? I said, have you seen to the dahlias? She said, well, just give him a splash. I said, I'm not giving him a splash, they want a good drink. She said, speaking of which, I looked the other way.
All right, thank you very much. I think that was a difficult title we came up with it, but you coped with it averagely, so I'll give you 5 points each. Now we're on to a game called Film and Theatre Styles. They break into pairs for this. First of all, John and Chris, can you step forward? I'm going to give them a situation to improvise in just a second. But first of all, can we have some film or theatre and theatre styles for them to break into?
Carry on 5.
Oh, hang on, you're coming in.
Oscar Wilde.
Hang on, Hammer, Horror, Burke. Oh, what did I once?
Science fiction.
What was that? Bonnie and Clyde, Thunderbirds. I think we've done Thunderbirds. Romeo and Juliet. Is that a style? I mean, that's... Why are we bunging a Roman epic, just to beef up that? I think a lot of good versions there. But what I'd like you to do is to be a headmaster and pupil. And we'll break into some styles as we get to it. Okay?
I just wondered, sir, whether I could still do cookery in the 5th.
You're Philpot, aren't you? Philpot, the,
Fill the pot.
No, I know your name, sir. Your name is Philpot, isn't it?
Yes, it is Philpot.
That's
yes.
right. I never forget a face, you know. I've been at this school now for, Oh, God.
You're not answering my question, sir. I asked
I'm
about
sorry,
the cookery.
I never forget a face, but I often forget the questions.
You didn't forget me in the bedclothes last night.
Oh, that was you. Was that Philpot? Yes, of course.
You listening to the buzzer?
No.
Burkoff.
Burkoff. Oh,
Slits, come to school, come in this. Fits, flash, cat of a mother.
You
Slash
may come
from
to my school. You come to school in a Turkish bath manner. You come to school in a market manner. You come to school in my manner in the East End.
But have you
Understand?
ever played Adolf Hitler?
Don't hit me with your razor wit, or I'll hit me with your razor. Adolf Hitler wrote I'm camp, if you don't mind.
Your cat, and I mind my mother.
Am I butter on strike, or are you playing in the manner of two deaf actors? Let's do Hammer Horror.
I invited you up here tonight because we've got a rather nice fire in this room and it's very cold and dangerous outside. Do you mind?
Excuse me, sir, I was rather wondering why I'm not allowed to wear any clothes at this school. It seems awfully cold. It's so cold here, and spooky.
What's this? It's a thermometer, isn't it?
Oh, my God, not the thermometer again, please, sir.
And fidget.
Roman epic.
Are you coming into the capital later on? Well, I am a Roman, really, although I sound as if I come from Capuscasing.
That's okay, I'm from Sparta.
What's a Sparta there?
There's a Sparta on the ground. Now, what I want to know from you, young centurion,
Yeah?
is what you want to get out of this gladiator school. Was it executive skills or just killing people?
There she goes, Peleus. Is she not a goddess of the night?
She certainly is a Peleus.
Do a bit of Thunderbirds to end. Bit of Thunderbirds to end with.
Sorry, I just was going for a cigarette. It was sort of automatic.
I've asked you into the office. I've asked you into the office, Alan, because I want to know why my eyebrows are moving faster than... You're kind of a weirdo, aren't you?
Back a minute. I'll come over and see you.
Well, why not? I don't know if you've ever done Egyptian rap dancing before, but I'm just gonna go and speak to Virgil. He's the very camp one with a 1966 haircut. Virgil, I'll be back in a minute. Did you know your brothers were hairdressers?
No. I'm just gonna tie my shoe. I'll be right with you.
Wait, what did you...
Thank you. Thank you, and
This is the way I've always wanted you, Virgil.
right.
Stay there if you like.
No, carry on. I think my buzzer's got a sore throat this night. I'll give you 5 points each on that, I think. So now step forward Mike and Sandy for another session of improvising. I have acute hearing for this one. Now, can we have some more film and theatre styles, please?
Electric blue.
Electric blue, is that a style?
What is that?
I have no idea. Film noir. Well, we're going the colours, are we, tonight? Film noir, electric blue. Snuff movie, that's great. Is that for the tobacco industry or something? Beach.
Jules Verne. Documentary. Blues Brothers.
Right, okay. We've got a good one there. Good one there.
So far, there was one that I...
Let's start you off with Mike, you're going to be a boss falling in love with your secretary. And Sandy, you can pick a part to play in that.
I just sit down for a minute and just have a think about it. Okay.
Mrs. Alcove, come in here, please.
I'm ready for dictation when you are, sir.
Put down the paper and the pencil, Miss Alcove.
Sir. Not against the filing cabinet again.
No. I print out a nice chaise lounge you could lie on. I want you to take a letter. The letter O.
Let's go. Let's go into a fly-on-the-wall documentary.
Oh?
Oh? What is a fly on the wall documentary?
Let's ask the fly.
Well, pretty stupid people down there. Look at that secretary. She's falling for that fat guy.
So you just stuck in a larva for about 5...
All right, let's go into Tarzan.
Miss Alcove!
Me love you. Huh.
Me, boss! You get on couch! We make what banana love! After
Let's go for a beach movie now.
Hey! Woo! 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 Surfing into the office, boss.
Hey, Jet! Afterwards, we'll stop. I'll get you a couple of moon burgers, you know.
Okay, here, catch these files. Woo!
Oops.
Hey, you want a hot dog?
All right. Ho, Daddy, cool. I'll tell you right now, I'm absolutely flipping gidgy goo for you, man.
Oh, boy, this is the best day I've ever had. Gidget, I said to myself this morning, this is going to be your lucky day.
It's a bit of film noir.
Yeah, the hell with the hot dog. So you come in here, you take my heart, and you step on it like a size 9 shoe. And then you think you want me to come back and love you? Well, I do, damn it, I do. You drive me crazy.
You know why? Because I stand here in this rather interesting shaft of light.
It gives your nose a particular kind of angle, a chiaroscuro of love that I just can't keep away from.
Cigarette?
Yeah, right in my eye. Ah!
All right, thank you very much. Let's end there, cool. Yes, thank you, thank you. Righty-ho. I think double points for Mike McShane there. As we move on to a game called World's Worst, this features all 4 contestants, please, on the World's Worst step. And you've got to think of as many examples of the world's worst person to go up into space.
Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing we can do.
Of course, you know, this is the worst sort of job in the world for someone like me with a digestive tract like mine. I mean, like, terrible attacks of flatulence.
Oh, look at that cosmonaut. Now, he is cute.
Cindy left me. I don't care if I die.
I think if we all stayed out here long enough, you know, we could just stay out here. And...
Because I haven't really had any unprovoked mood swings, but as long as I'm not... See, when I feel trapped, that's the only trouble, isn't it? Watch this. I don't know if you ever thought about giving your life to Christ, but I brought some pamphlets along.
While we're up here, I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about the Liberal Party and whether we should rename ourselves.
When I was a kid, we used to do it over the fence. Yeah, we could do it over the asteroids.
But I suppose, in a sense, we're all latent homosexuals, really, aren't we?
You know, I'm a poet that's been sent in space. Well, I've written the moon poem. We'll be on the moon soon.
Let's end on that poetic note. While I work out the points for that round, you have to go and see some advertisements. See you after that. Bye. Welcome back with the exciting news that 43 points were scored in the last game, but I'm not at liberty to tell you who I gave the points to. But now we come to a game called Props, breaking into pairs. First of all, we have Sandy and John. I've got to give you this item here. And no idea what that starts off in life as. And you've got to come up with many different ways of using it, at the same time as Chris and Mike are coming up with different ways of using this thing. And I'll buzz between the two pairs, as many of you can get in the time. Fearful of this game, but anyway, where you go, John and Sandy.
Darling, I said you should have had a circumcision. This is ridiculous.
Well, that's awfully flattering, Eve. Thanks a lot.
I have never been on the Miss World competition before. I have no brain.
Okay, now I'm just going to depress your tongue, Mr. McShane, so if you'd like to open very wide.
I don't know, Doctor. I think the one breast is so much bigger than the other.
And I'm going to the telephone.
Thanks very much for coming to our political theatre. And remember, if we don't change our political ways, that's what's going to happen to us, man, right?
We have a completely camouflaged actor on the set. I will now point to him. He's over there.
This is a good...
I'm so delighted to be here at Ascot. It's absolutely lovely.
You wanted a larger dog. You wanted a larger dog.
It is the great eyeball that we pray to.
You're looking in my ear. Go ahead, say it.
Okay, let's end on that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Enough props. No.
I don't know if you think Robert Hardy's performance is even bigger than this cow's bottom, but,
Thank you. That was a brilliant last suggestion there, John. I have to disqualify you for acting after the bell. So there it is. So 95 points, everybody else. Now we come to a game called Film Dubbing. This will feature Chris and Sandy. If you'd like to come to a position where you can see the monitor there. And this is a film from which the soundtrack has been removed. You've got to add a new soundtrack for us, please. And can you play a situation there of a couple arguing over what to have for dinner?
I thought we'd start with something
Oh, don't say, darling, I can't bear double-pan pizza again.
There's nothing wrong with it, for God's sake. It arrives...
Oh, it always makes you fart all night. The bed covers really bad.
No, it doesn't. Well, I'll light this cigarette. That'll take the smell away. Look, just don't careful of that hat.
Do you think it's rather clever, isn't it? I made it out of the old takeaway box.
Yeah, it's fantastic, darling. But let's talk again about that takeaway curry we had the other night. Because
Oh, no, that was a
the
nightmare.
future of our marriage is... Why are you walking away from me like that? Come back when I'm talking to you.
I can't stand that close to you after you've had curry.
Don't you
know
look
what
at
it
me
does
with
to
that
you.
handbag in your hand. I'll take that that bracelet. Who gave you that bracelet?
Oh, I got it with 4 tokens from a spaghetti jar.
Honestly expect me to believe that? You bitch, come here. I'll think of something to say to you in a minute when you look at me. That
Oh, yes?
ridiculous. Ew.
Oh!
Get out of my way.
Oh,
I'm
don't.
going to the Pizza Hut, and I'll be back. Whose picture is this? It's you.
Stop it,
It's
he's
my
here.
picture. How dare you have my picture? Don't you know I'm a Muslim?
Right, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's 62 points each there. Would be more, but you used too much of the original soundtrack. Now we go to a game called Tag. This starts with Chris and John. So you'd like to step forward. I'm going to put them into a couple of positions between me and the studio audience. The others have to join in by shouting freeze and tapping somebody to make them leave, and they adopt the same position and start improvising in a new thing that they've thought of. It'll make sense when we get going. So first of all, can we just think of a position you'd like to have John Sessions in? not that... Yes. Sorry?
Standing on his head.
Standing on his head. Very, very amusing, but rather difficult. How about you lying down with your head on the ground? That'll be halfway around. And something slightly different for Chris.
Doing the splits.
Bending over on one foot. That's quite a... Bending over. Oh, don't go mad. And on. Well, that's it. Right. Okay. And away you go. Just think of something improvised from that position.
Anthony, do you know that the people downstairs
Have been making love to a Cornish Morris dance?
Well, I'm afraid that's not much use to a monoped like me, is it?
Well, it's safe, darling, but it's not much fun.
No.
Oh, come on, I'm not racing against a dead person.
I'm terribly sorry. I was just driving along. I didn't even see the pedestrian crossing.
It's all right, actually. I'm usually run over for being very dull.
Are you? Oh, I'm sweaty.
And then in the... Oh, yes, I want to be... Sorry. I want to be here. And then in the... In the art of the...
I haven't got my scout badge yet, sir.
I'm tagging out.
Fine, okay. Yes?
But, Doctor, I'm sure the baby doesn't come out this way.
Just trust me. I want you to think of me as a doctor. I mean, of course, I am a doctor. Silly me.
Well,
no, just put... That's right. Push.
Yes, is that better?
That's much better, thank you very much. And, of course, there will be no charge for this consultation.
I had nothing to say. I just had to do that.
Very much. Well, I think 6 points all around there, but I think Mike may have just edged it with $1 million. So now we come to a game called Party Quirks. This is going to feature Sandy Toksvig as the hostess of the party. The others are going to be guests. If you look in the envelopes each of you have got in front of you, you'll see there's a strange quirk or way of behaving has been allocated to you based on suggestions made by the studio audience. Now, Sandy's got to guess what those are just by the way they're improvised. Okay, Sandy, you want to come forward ready? The others will be coming in the sound of the doorbell. First Chris, then Mike, then John. If you have to queue up ready to come into the pretend front door. Has the party started?
Yes! Oh, absolutely. We've got the most marvellous jelly. Wobbly, wobbly.
Hello, come in. We're having wobbly wobbly.
Oh, sorry, could you run that by me one more time?
We're having wobbly wobbly jelly, you know. It's my favourite. It's lime with mandarins.
Oh, bloody hell! I can't get my mind around that concept. Wobbly wobbly jelly with
Mandarin segments.
Mandarin.
Mandarin segments. If you do that, you see, could you want a bit?
Why?
People don't say why to wobbly wobbly.
Don't they?
Hello, we're having
Excuse me, but what's he doing? Muk looking talk about click. Bucket.
Oh, that's my neighbour. He's nice, isn't he?
I don't know. It seems a bit strange to me.
Yeah, well, do you want... Hang on a second. I'll just leave you that with that Eskimo pie there.
Eskimo, well done. I think you've got the guess there.
When two men are in a room in which a woman is present,
Oh, no, I've heard that one.
honor is frequently absent.
Yeah. It did make me laugh the first time I heard it. Did you want a
A
drink?
woman with a carpet on the floor rarely has one in the lampshade.
What's he on about? Yeah, look, can I ask you something?
Yes, go on,
There was a bloke here, he was quite big and now he's gone. What's going on here?
A big man who was in the room who is now gone. It's rather like a goldfish in a bowl that's still there.
What are you, you're some man who's obsessed with proverbs or something?
A woman who has lace round her neck is often laced round with necking gentlemen.
Sorry, but what does that mean? What does that mean? She keeps going like that and pointing.
Oh, you got a last guess on these two, Sandy?
Yes, well, I think he can't remember anything.
Can't remember anything.
I can remember everything, I just don't really understand what you're on about.
A man who remembers nothing is a man who remembers only his own feet.
Oh, I get nothing on Chris. Somebody who can't understand anything, but what about John?
And I think
enough.
he's a man who speaks only in epigrams.
Epigrams, that's right, a society wit. That'll do, yes. Very good, yes. Yeah. I'll give you at least 2 points for that, Sandy. And just totting up the scores, I see, because that's the last game, that Mike McShane is this week's winner. So, well done, Mike. So, the price of winning is to read the credits in a style of my choosing, which for Mike this week will be to do it Any more from this? Bill Silvers. 60s Batman. Right. I think we've got masses there. So I have to give you a situation, won't I? And the situation is you're arguing over the bathroom. Arguing over the state of the bathroom. Okay?
What's this ring? What's this ring around the bath?
This hair was on my toothbrush. It's one of yours.
Yes, but a little more curly. But...
Let's go into Flintstones.
Because I want to bathe Pebbles now, and the bathroom's just too dirty,
Oh,
Frank.
keep your bone in your hair. I'll get the ring on. I've been fighting Tyrannosauruses all day, even though they died millions of years before this show takes place.
Well, I want it clean right now.
Oh, I guess you think you married Mr. Clean Dinosaur Tony Rock, reference to the Middle Ages head.
Robin of Sherwood.
Oh, Big John, Little John, Little John, where is Friar Tuck? He must have been the one that left all this mess. Why, look at the toothpaste. It has been squeezed and eaten.
You've never called me Little John before.
Home movie.
Oh, this is us in the bar. Uncle, the us in the bathroom.
It's all dirty.
Us in the bathroom.
It's all
He's
dirty.
over there.
It's dirty. Don't.
You naughty. Naughty boy. Naughty.
I'll clean it.
Okay. And perhaps end on burlesque.
These your panties?
Yes, they are. I was just about to put them on and walk around the tiles all sexy.
Thank you very much.
You know what burlesque is.
Burlesque is just like Burr Lives, only funnier. Anyway, right, I say 9 points each for you there on that one. And we move along to John and Tony, if you step forward. So we need a few more suggestions, please, of... Farce, okay.
1960s Michael Caine film.
1960s Michael Caine. Shakespeare, right, Shakespeare.
James Bond.
Children's television James Bond. I think that'll be a combined one, I think.
Bearded Collie.
Bearded Collie. Do you mean One Man and His Dog? Or just came out as gibberish, that's all. I don't know, Bearded Collie. Why shouldn't there be a film style called Bearded Collie? Okay, so I'll give you a situation. You're at a pawnbroker's. One of you is the pawnbroker, the other obviously is the pawnbroker. And away you go, and I'll give you some stars in a moment.
What have you got for me, sir?
Well,
That's not an invitation for sex.
Oh. You're not Jewish. Crazy. Anyway,
How could you tell?
Well, I'm from Fulham, and I'm just very patronizing and vulgar that way. Listen, tell you what, I've just come in here for a look, because I'm actually so rich, I don't want to give anything away at all, because I have lots of money. So bugger off.
Shakespeare.
Faith, my liege, you'd want to pawn no higher than a Costam's French tailor's balls. I warrant, my liege, no doubt.
Not I, Nuncle. Fie, Faith. When the biscuit wife hath quoted all, quoth she, and then the coit is forgot.
Oh, my liege, hey, nonny, what a dull git of a clown.
1960s Michael Caine.
You're out again, Jack. Show the depth of the shot, Jack. Move up to the camera. You'll be back in.
I think you know why I'm here.
You've got a poplin shirt on, drip dry. It's going to be out of date in 20 years' time.
Oh, shut up! You know I went over to the other side. It was to sell... You know.
You know what you're selling. You're in a dirty cafe somewhere in Wandsworth.
Why is it so different now?
Bearded Collie.
Hello, I'm Bearded Collie. I'm Bearded
Collie. My real name's Colin, but I've got a beard and I think Cole's a bit boring. And this is me Collie. Collie with his collie.
James Bond. James Bond.
Not so fast, Mr. so-called pawnbroker.
Oh, I can't do that.
You can do it if you like, but it won't help you escape.
No, that's right, Mr. Bond. Thank you for reminding me. We are in a pawnbrokers, aren't we? You've noticed that I have no tie on. I've got one of those sort of Chinesey, done-up tight jackets that Charles Grey wears.
Let the girl...
I'm not Blofeld. I'm not Blofeld. I'm just somebody with a lot of black hair coming back, and because I'm Chinese, I can be killed off very early.
You think you're the villain? Well, you're not.
Hang on a minute. I didn't know that Johnny Morris was in this film.
Thank you very much. Let's end on that. We'll end on that high note of intelligent comedy. 3 points each. Now we come to a round called Song Styles. This features Josie, with the assistance of Richard Vranch of the Comedy Store Players. In fact, he's the Comedy Store piano player. And so has anyone got an object that they can suggest? An everyday, ordinary object?
Fish slice.
A fish slice. OK, a fish slice. But you've got to also suggest, please, a style for Josie to sing about a fish slice in.
Love song.
A love song? A bit more specific than that.
Hip hop.
Sorry?
I don't even know.
A ballady love song? Will you settle for that? All right. A love song, but in a ballad form. That'll be fine. About a fish slice, Josie.
All on my own. Life's not been good, but with you I feel so nice. A blade of metal and a handle of wood. You are my very own fish slice. I love you, down to my very bones. When you bone out the fish, it's my only wish that you're gonna stay a slicer and be nicer to me.
Hello, Josie. I could do that if only I had the time. Now we go on to the next round, which is called the World's Worst, involving all 4 people. So if you'd like to step forward on the World's Worst step, and they've got to pretend to be the world's worst person, or world's worst people to be arriving at a party. Any old order. I'll buzz when I've got the idea of what you've done. So where you go.
Hello, this is a fancy dress party. I've come as Charles Manson.
God, you must have given me the wrong address. It took me 3.5 hours to find the place.
Sorry I'm late. I've just been to my solicitor's. Do you know my mortgage rate? I've just written... Hi, Jack.
Rocky Mountain High.
Here's a good one, here's a good one. Do you want to see my impersonation of an elephant? Here goes. That's the first one.
Shut up, everybody! How can you be enjoying yourself when there's a hole in the ozone?
Hey, I think I ran over your German Shepherd outside.
Red and white check tablecloths. Peanuts. Common, I think.
And that is a funny party trick. Who's got a lighter? Here.
Hey, everybody, now the party can start. Mr. Swingin' Good Times is here.
Oh, what you mean? It's a dinner party, not a party. Never mind, I brought the rest of the 1830 club with me.
What do you mean it's not a 21st party for lovers of iron rock? That didn't work, did it?
We like that sort of person.
Everybody, my cassette of Shakespearean sonnets has just come out. Where's the tape recorder?
I just gathered you all here to say that because of me, You've all got gonorrhea!
Okay, thank you very much. That's ended there. That's a fine selection. A fine selection of world's worst. While I work out the points for that round, we have a break, so make yourself a cup of tea or sit around being sold things. See you after the break. Bye. With the exciting news that no points at all have been awarded for that last game, we now move on to a game called Rap. This features all 4 contestants who'd like to come forward ready for this rap. We're going to start with John, work along the line, and they're going to just break into a rap with the help of a drum beat, but make up the rap about some general topic. Could somebody suggest a nice general topic for them to improvise?
Cricket.
The England cricket team.
The England cricket team. No, we want a longer rap than that. I heard dental hygiene. That seems to be fairly... dental hygiene, so that gives you quite a lot. When the drum beat starts, start with you, John.
Gotta floss those teeth, gotta floss those teeth. Go round inside, go down underneath. Go round in the top, go back to the bottom, and then you're just peculiar.
Paul Daniels Magic Show, Terry and June, Sky Television. Oh no, I thought it was crap. It's rap. Sorry. I love dentists. I love them every day. I love them in lots of special ways. I love my hygienist. He is great. I want him to have my baby. I want him to be my mate. Hey!
Come on, dentist, get off of my back. I want you to scrape away my plaque. Come on now and hear me sing. I want you to make my mouth the bright thing. Do the bright thing.
Yo, I'm your dentist, I'm Dr. Gain. I'm here to cause you a massive amount of pain. Sit down in the chair, I'll pull on your hair and drill right down to your underwear.
Thank you. A very good... That's it. A very good rap there. Yeah. That's definitely the best rap we've done this series, so let's give it 49 points each. Very good. I think with the bonus points to Josie and Greg there for remembering the form. Extra 9 points. So now we come to a game called Party Quirks. This features the not inconsiderable talents of Tony Slattery pretending to be the host of a party. All the others will be the guests at a party, being allocated a particular type of quirk or tray. These have been suggested by members of the studio audience. So, Tony, if you'd like to come down and start improvising a party, the others go over there ready to come in as I ring the doorbell. Idea is for Tony to guess what these quirks or trays are. So where you go, Tony, start improvising.
I am so nervous about this party, I'm going to slip my wrist. Only joking, that's the extent of my nerves. That'll be the first guest. Hello, Greg.
Hello,
Hi.
Tony.
Hi.
Wonderful to see you.
Thank you.
I brought some 3-in-1 oil. I hope you enjoy it.
Well, let's go upstairs to the bedroom then.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, that nervous tick's not getting any better, is it?
No, it certainly isn't.
No. God, you're Mr. Personality. Go and have some food or something, or some drinks.
Oh, your CD player's broken. Here, I'll fix it.
What did you do?
Just a little trick I learned in school. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, what a charming smile. Hello, Josie, how are you?
Hello, Tony. Hey, say, you don't need these alcoholic drinks to get high. All you have to do is think nice thoughts and you can be up there.
Up where?
Up anything you like. I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, well, I'll come back to you on that one and maybe we'll go
Is
up...
Wendy going to be here?
In a moment. Hello, John, come in.
Hello. Oh, I see that you've still got one of those things for keeping the radio times in with the little white ping pong things on the end.
Yes, I bought
Right.
it, especially for Lou. Do you for Lou? No, for the Lou. For the Lou, I bought it.
Hey, I've got some spots at the moment. It's the way people always get spots when they wear paisley shirts.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
he seems to be able to do it. Could the android help you? Could the robot help you?
Yes, very good.
I don't know. But,
Spot JC while you're about it.
Hello? Hello, do you know I've never been to a
Yes.
party like this before?
Yes.
With so many old people.
Well, I'm not really old. I've got a friend called Hank, and
Yes. Peter, I want to talk to
Bruce.
John alone. Would you mind going?
Yes, well done.
John.
Well done, Tony.
you know, I think there's a terrible image about what I've been doing before. Everybody around me was getting dirty and filthy, and long hair and spots and things. And I always changed my trousers and everything, and
Are you Carol
It was
Channing at all?
Well, a great band.
Very good. You've got
tri-
10 seconds to guess what
I used to do a great triangular dance. There was Bruce and Hank and me,
Oh, you're one of the shadows. You're Cliff Richard.
I'm just the 1960s pop musician, but I wasn't
Oh,
confused.
well, okay, we'll give you that. Thank you. Thank you.
I think you recovered very well there, Tony, from a bad start to a bad finish. But I think, yes, 99 points everywhere there. Very interesting round. Now we're going to a round for John Sessions only. He's going to improvise an advertisement for us. So if you'd like to step forward, John. And can we have a suggestion for, a good, solid sort of product that might be going on the market? Hair gel.
Colostomy bag.
Yeah. You've really got the essence of British humour there. There's something more marketable than that. Odorators. I think that's sort of there's a compromise between bad taste and broadcastability. So odorators, John, but you've got to advertise it to the sound of this music.
Okay. Hello, Wilkinson. Is this your first time in church? Yes, it is, Father. Oh, it's that sort of music. Do you know what it is to be a Catholic boy? I don't know. The new film by Pat O'Connor, Kill. All about a young lad who wants to have clean feet, starring an old guy with stubble. You want clean feet in this part of Ireland? You go back to the devil. You have clean feet in that part of Ireland. You go to hell. What am I going to do, Father? I got to do something with my feet. Chop them off. It's the best thing, unless you use Odor Eaters, starring John Lynch and Helen Mirren as the feet. Right.
Very, very good, John, and 1.25 points to you for that. And we now go on to a round featuring everybody apart from John Sessions, and it's called American Musical. And the idea of that is that they'll be making up a musical based on the life of somebody here in the studio audience. So I'm going to go and find that somebody and find 3 things about them we can make into a musical. Let me come along here to this gentleman here in the jumper. What's your name, please?
Charlie Thompson.
I'm Charlie Thompson, right? I'll just call you And now, I want something nice happened to you in the last week. You got your name? Or the last 20 years, I mean. We've got all night.
I went to see a film.
You went to see a film, that's very good. See a film. Now, something you dislike that's ever happened to you.
Dislike whatever happened to me.
Yeah, you ever been in a... let's suggest a car crash. I'm not hoping to have been in a car crash, but I'm just sort of suggesting something. And something you'd like to happen, something you enjoy doing, perhaps. You've got a hobby, or that you're prepared to share with the listening millions? Is there something you know he likes doing? Do you play chess or something like that?
No, riding horses.
Riding horses, okay. So we want an American musical based on... I forgot what you told me now. Riding horses was one thing. Car crash, and what was the last thing? And going to see a film, okay? So you got me at it as well, I'm afraid, but... so away you go.
More popcorn?
Mm-hmm.
Say, doesn't that look like a wonderful land? All those green fields. You know, I wish we could just walk through the screen and be in that place.
Gee, I wonder if we wished really hard if it could happen.
Why, here we are!
And I didn't even feel the screen tear.
Oh, we've walked straight through the screen. Is it happening or is it a dream? Are things really what
here together at last. But I wonder, can it last? It's so mind-bending that we've done this groovy, 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 totally excellent thing.
Oh, baby, let's go down that yellow brick road and see what's at the end of it.
I wonder if there'll be munchkins or something else that is hard to predict.
Let's go.
Hey, in Never Neverland, you can meet people like me, the dancing horse.
On the inside of the screen, can I go for a ride?
Horse you can, because I am the horse of your dreams. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because of this!
I think I'd rather go by car, dear. And look, there's a car. Come on, horsey, let's all go for a ride.
We better give him the back seat so he has more room.
That's true. Now let him have the front wheel.
All right, he can have the front.
You know what I feel like?
What?
I feel like it's good to be alive when I'm with you and we're going for a drive. Everything's groovy and we've got a horse. I think I'll call him Hoofy.
I feel so good with you because we're going for a drive and it's totally new. I think our horse is a little goofy.
And do you know that nothing can happen? Nothing bad. Nothing bad. Except
Nothing bad. What's
except
that tree? Can't you see? Can't you see?
the tree is coming for me.
Thank you very much. Very good. Yes. All right. Stunningly good way. Righty-ho, stunningly good way to end this week. And just trotting up the scores, I see that Josie Lawrence is this week's winner. So well done, Josie. Ted Hughes, the poet laureate, excellent. And Mike.
A Hollywood gossip columnist.
Well, a pretty fair selection of authors there. And can we have a suggestion for a title for this story for them to tell? They're going to take it in turns to tell.
My trip to the supermarket.
My Trip to the Supermarket. Oddly enough, bizarrely enough, you would have thought that was a stunningly original title, but I think we did that yesterday, but, or last week as we call it in television. Can we have another title?
Temptation.
Temptation, that's good. Can we just build on that? The Temptation.
Often rice.
You're working hard tonight for this story. Yeah? Let's call it The Temptation of Going to the Supermarket and Meeting an Old Lady, which combines... 3 suggestions, some of which the audience would have heard. So, the temptation of going to the supermarket and meeting an old lady, starting with you, Greg.
In my land, in dry plains, many buffalo run up and down. Not like supermarket. You have to run like hell to catch them, and there's no baskets. No baskets to put them in. Many fat old ladies crowd the aisle between the buffalo. Cannot get to frozen food section, for there is none in all the land.
So he decided to find a supermarket. He ran to the supermarket, ran up and down the aisles until he found the baked beans. He smeared the baked beans all over his body, the tomato sauce mingling with the sweat. Then he saw
An old lady. Come with me to the deep freezer, he said. There it was. Pig. Dead pig. 3 foot long, perfect in all parts. Lying alongside a weasel, stoat, crow. And this reporter was happy to find out that dead pig was none other than Arnold Ziffel from the film Green Acres, yes! And the lady, believe it or not, was Katharine Hepburn. Well, they all went to Sardi's afterwards, and what went on afterwards, I can't say on the TV.
Yes, Dead Pig from Green Acres. Big popular show on white box that shows flickering image with Clive Anderson on sometimes.
I bought you a pig, he said to Miriam. Miriam stroked the flesh of the pig. The pig hairs stood up erect.
Erect hair caught in the Queen Mum's throat. Unfortunately, at the table next door, Sylvester Stallone was there, and he gave the Queen a Heimlich maneuver, forcing the hair out of her throat and launching into a teacup of James Mason's.
Thank you very much. A good round of applause there. Jolly good. Okay. Well, I give 15 points everywhere there, but double points for being American to Josie. And now we go on to a round called Film and Theatre Styles. Paul and Josie first. They're divided into pairs for this, so come forward. I'm going to give you a situation to improvise in just a moment. But first, I'd like some styles, please, if the audience could supply some styles of film, styles of plays that you might have seen or enjoyed.
Spaghetti westerns.
Western. Spaghetti Western. Silent movie. It's always one who'll suggest that just to make it difficult. Thank you. Well, I've done that. From behind here. Sorry? Children's, yes, good. Children's, is that different from play school? Or was that just a weird echo? What was it? Another one there? Gangster. I think that's pretty good. I think that's a fair selection, wouldn't you say? So, a situation for you to improvise in. Is it just a couple on their wedding anniversary? Or wedding anniversary generally? Doing what you want on that. First of all, no style, and I'll cut in with some of those ones that have been suggested.
I've got your favourite for dinner tonight.
Yeah?
Pizza with banana on top.
Thanks, honey.
It's all right.
I've got something special for you as well.
You remembered?
Yeah. Here it is.
Spaghetti Western.
It's a tin of spaghetti.
That is very nice, gringo.
Give me the spaghetti.
I will give you the spaghetti. Or let me pay for it. Here's some dollars in my feast.
Silent movie. And to end on a children's programme.
Why have you given me a hamster?
When you're married, we all like a little something special to celebrate the date of our wedding. And I've given you a hamster because you like furry little things.
Okay, let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. This is clearly going to be a difficult round to mark, so I'll give 1.7324, just like an average score for now. So the next pairing, please, Greg and Mike. I'll give you a situation in a moment. A few more styles for these. Bearing in mind, we've got Americans here, so let's make it horror film, yeah? That was a stereo soap opera, that is. Have we got anything from the theatre we can do? Woody Allen. Yes, he's at the RSC now, isn't he, Woody Allen? I'll put down Woody Allen anyway, but any more theatrical? Sorry?
Mine.
Right, okay. It's pathetic, really. Now, okay, so you want a situation, don't you? And your situation is two surgeons. Your two surgeons operating way. I'll give you some styles as we go along.
How'd the colostomy go last week?
Pretty good. I think I took out his pancreas by accident. He didn't seem to complain,
Well,
though.
he's an old guy. He won't miss it. He'll be dead in a year.
Yeah.
Now, see, this is the Hannigan technique. Have you seen this? Have you seen the journal? Now, you do it's an undersew like this, and you pull it really taut. And if he farts, it blows wide open. He comes back to the office, you get another $50,000 for the sew.
Soap opera.
I have something to tell you, Raj.
What is it?
I love you.
Fight that for me, will you?
I'd like to tighten it for you, Raj. Watching you day after day, the skillful way you wield the scalpel and the sutures. Oh, Raj, why can't it be yes instead of no, no, no?
I'm a surgeon. My hands are dipped deep in blood. If I could just wash them clean and give you the love that dare not squeak its name, I
would! It's a great pose. Horror.
gyro tube.
Get out here, it's where Robot City is.
Look out! It's a many-headed insurance salesman!
Thank you very much. Very good. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Yes, very good. That was as nice as pie, so I'll give you 3.14 for that each. Now we go to a round called Song Styles. This features Mike and Josie. First of all, Mike, I have to step forward, and he's going to make up a song on the spot about any household object that can be named now. So can somebody suggest a household object, an everyday Sorry, a food processor.
Cheese grater.
Well, hang on, don't argue amongst yourselves. I think a food processor's fine, but can we have a style?
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll? Oh, that's all right. So rock and roll. About a food processor, and away you go now, Mike.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Got a Cuisinart, it's ready to grate, and I make the food, it tastes really great. I chop and I blend, I whir and I puree, yeah, you go, the puree all day. I can't get enough of the big Cuisinart, I love whipping up with the big Cuisinart. Go, go, ow, ow, go, 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 go. Put it on great, don't be late, baby, I got a Cuisinart going on the date.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you, Mike. Yep. Yep. It's the best song I've ever heard made up about a food processor. But, Josie, you've got to make up a song as well, also about a food processor. Another style for Josie, though. Spanish flamingo. Yes, okay, yes. Away you go.
This is a little song we sing in my village. Hey, 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 hey. There was a man. He was my favorite confessor. He came to me with a gift. He gave me a food processor. I looked into his eyes, and I was liquid-eyed. He treated me like food. He chewed me up and spat me
Excellent stuff. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 1 mark each. Now we move on to a game called World's Worst. This features all the contestants. I'd like to step forward, please, on the World's Worst step there. And they step forward to give, please, the world's worst thing to say at a wedding. Any old order. I'll buzz when I've got the idea of what you've done. So where you go.
He loves me, you know.
She's great, huh?
Your future wife is ugly.
Does anyone know the vows? Because I seem to have misplaced my papers today.
I just want to tell you, Lisa, that Tom will be a very good husband. I know.
Oh, that nylon wedding dress looks lovely. Do you sweat a lot in it?
God, I'm glad to be getting rid of that little bitch. She's been sponging off me for years.
You're wearing that?
I've swallowed the wedding invitation.
Right, well, that seems to be that for the world's worst. While I work at the points of that round, you go away for some adverts, or for some coffee, adverts. See you after that. Bye. With the shock news and no points awarded for that last round, let's move on to a game called Props. They divide into pairs for this, and Josie and Greg, this is your prop. You've got to come up with as many different ways of using that item as possible. Well, between times, Mike and Paul, you have this item to come up with a lot of different ways of using. We buzz between the pairs in a traditional way. So away you go, starting with you, Josie and Greg.
Hello, sir. I be a strange old lady out of a Chaucer book.
Play tennis on your own.
Just stand over the middle of the net.
Just put the ball in the
Chirp, chirp.
Captain, the U-boat is signaling. I'll signal back.
Okay. I got you.
Well, I'm going to Grandma's house. Where are you going?
I'm gonna gobble you up.
Oh, God.
Yeah, let's take the hem out of your pants, sir.
Okay.
Josie, this safe sex thing just isn't working for me.
Thank you. Let's end on that. Thank you very much. Good round of props. Come on back. Yes. A full baker's dozen of points there. 13 points, everybody. And now we come to a game called Party Quirks. This features Greg as the host of a party. While he's improvising that, the other contestants are improvising guests. But if they're getting the envelopes in front of them, they'll see a strange quirk. They've each been allocated, and they have to convey that quirk or that tray to Greg, who's got to guess them. So, as simple as that. So, Greg, if you'd like to come down here ready to improvise the party. And the party's underway, I can see. Yeah.
Mothballs, I got my 8-track, got some blood, sweat, and tears getting ready to go here. It's gonna be a swinger. There's the first person. Come on in.
Hi, Greg.
Hi, Paul. How's it going?
Fine, thanks.
Great to see you. You're awfully handsome today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, come on in, Roger Moore. You want a drink?
Yes, please. Gin and tonic.
Oh, good. I already had one made.
Thank you very much. What do you think of the jacket?
Oh, it's very nice. You're almost a male model in so many ways.
Well done. You got it.
Hello, Josie.
Party.
Party, yeah.
Party. Have you got any games organised?
Oh, absolutely.
Games. We need games. I'll make some punch.
That'd be great.
I bought some fruit.
Great.
Lemons.
Lemons are
Put
wonderful.
some music on. I'll put some music on.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. You're just the life of the party, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're a total nutbag. Hey, hang on. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Greg. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
But then it's always good to see Greg. Hi, Josie.
Hello.
Josie, you're radiant like a light. Radiant like a light.
Do you want me to help you off with your coat? Shall I organise a cloakroom?
Oh, that's okay. I think Mike can take off his coat himself, I think.
Say, I'll have a gin, okay?
Sure.
But make it Wanker's gin, the gin for wankers.
Sure. I know it's your favorite because you're like a commercial kind of pitchman guy.
Yeah, that'll do. He writes commercials, so...
Hey, let's start the party games now, shall we?
Okay, let's start.
Now, who's going to be first? Me?
All right. Is it your birthday by any chance?
No. Should we have charades or
Yes,
anything you want
charades
to do?
would be wonderful.
Oh, yes, I infuse so much over games.
Yeah, of course you do. Infuse, and there's a festive clue in there, isn't there?
So what's your guess? What is she?
Just a really annoyingly perky person.
Perky. That's right, I think that's okay. There's no very enthusiastic person. Yes, that's fine. Well done. Okay. That was a brilliant bit of guesswork there, especially towards the end. So 95 points there to Greg and 96 to everybody else. Well done. Now we come to a game called American Musical, in which all 4 contestants will make up an American musical based on the life of somebody here in the studio audience. And they'll be doing that with the assistance of Richard Ranch at the piano. I'll just wander into the audience there to find somebody who we can make up the life about. Let's just go slightly back here. Hopefully the camera can pick this up. You, sir, what's your name?
My name's Marcus.
Marcus. That's an excellent name, Marcus. Now, can you think of something you've done in the last week that you've enjoyed?
Oh, that's quite hard, actually.
Yeah. Picture on a bad week, have I?
I had a curry.
You had a curry? Right, okay, you had a curry. That's enjoyable enough. And is there something you do regularly, like a sort of hobby or an activity?
I smoke.
You smoke? Right, that would be cigarettes, I dare say. And is there something like you're looking forward to, an ambition that you've got in your life? Travelling somewhere or doing something?
just changing my job, I think.
Changing your job. So what sort of job would you like to get, to change into?
Something well paid, I think.
No, you got a specific one?
A specific one,
You'd like to be Prime Minister?
yeah, that'd do.
Okay, fine. I don't want to force you into this, but... Okay, so this American musical is has got to feature smoking, having a curry, and becoming Prime Minister. So there it is. That should be easy enough. Away you go.
This is a dead-end job, testing silk cuts all day long. Another one?
Yeah. I coughed so hard last night, a small animal came out of my chest.
I can't get enough of cigarettes. I need the job, but then just yet I want to quit this nasty habit.
My life's terms to be up in smoke. All we do is just a joke. I would love to quit this nasty habit.
We should just get away.
We should just get away.
Find a better way.
Find a better way.
Clean the big ashtrays.
And break this habit.
Hi, guys.
How you doing, Paul?
All right. Hey,
Got one?
listen. Yeah, no. I'm representing ASH. This is an organization for giving up smoking. I've got something you should do better instead.
What's better than smoking?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about it. Have you ever ate a vindaloo through a didgeridoo? Oh, no. Have you ever had a big madras dripping out of your ass? Oh, no. Eat a curry when you're in a hurry that tastes real good. Eat 'em with a bud. I think that is the best meal for you.
Vindaloo!
Vindaloo! Vindaloo! Sucking it down through a didgeridoo.
Vindaloo! Vindaloo!
Hello and welcome to May Your Dreams Come True Curry House.
Wow, we've been magically transported here somehow.
Here, sit down.
Why?
You know, anything that you want can happen in the curry house.
Really? Can we get some papadom to kick things off?
Yes?
Ooh. And the onion bhajis?
What?
The onion, what are those little puffy things?
They're little onion bhajis.
Hey, listen, have you got any Kinnocks on the menu?
Kinnocks?
Yes. The little sort of dry, crispy things. I have them.
We have lots of Kinnocks, but the Thatchers are off.
Oh, I'd love to be a Thatcher.
I'd love to be a Kinnock.
I don't want to say anything sinister, but when I looked at you, I thought you could become Prime Minister quite easily. All you gotta do is dream. And when I looked at you, I thought you could come a cabinet minister. All you have to do is dream. Dream.
We're dreaming of a better day. We're dreaming.
I'd like a high-paying job and throw my cigarettes away.
Yeah, throw away the tobacco and go, 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 go. 'Cause all you've got to do
Is dream.
Well done. Well done. Excellent. An excellent finish there. Quite superb. And I see, just trotting up the points, that Mike McShane is this week's winner. So well done, Mike. And the prize for winning